In this video, we'll dive into the depths of the true African religion and spirituality, exploring the rich and diverse beliefs and practices that connects us to our ancestral roots, from the cosmological worldview of the Bantu to the Yoruba's complex pantheon of deities, the majestic array of the Benin Empire, and the undiluted water spirituality of the Niger Delta. We're going to cover fascinating tapestry of African spirituality and celebrate the enduring legacy of our forefathers. Join me on a journey of discovering and understanding as we explore the true African religion and spirituality. If this is the first time of coming to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe, share, and like. And I would really love it if you drop your comments below. Now, when we talk about the African traditional religion, first, we must define what religion is all about. How do you define a religion if you first does not put into cognizance the people that practice this religion? Because defining a religion, it means you're bringing together a particular ethnic group and what they believe in. And ethnicity encompasses how people dress, how the languages speak, their marriage rights, what they eat, what they believe, and their concept of God and the afterlife. After understanding what a religion means, first of all, like I said, you need to put into cognizance what the people believe, the way they dress, their taboos, what they forbid. All of these are going to make up a particular religion. Because when you look at Christianity, for example, now, and the advent of Christianity, there are a lot of things that are not permitted in Christianity. And when you look at Islam, there are a lot of things that are not permitted in Islam. And when you go down, you find out that there is a speck of what? Ethnicity in each of these religions. And this does not exclude African traditional religion. And so the African traditional religion is a way of life of the African what? Ethnicity. Although other religions claim the same, they believe that their religion is a way of life. Islam believe it's a way of life. Christianity believe it's a way of life. But when we come to African traditional religion, it's a different thing entirely. And so the African religion is more than simply a way of life. It is a conscious duality between religious and spiritual existence. And so we're not just talking about a way of life alone, but we're talking about a duality of living religiously and spiritually. The ductility, despite its stretch over the years after constantly being attacked and diluted by New Age spirituality, is what makes the African traditional religion one of the world's most renowned religions. The ability for it to withstand attack, the ability for it to be mocked and laughed about, yet still holds how do I call it? The fidelity of its belief and spirituality is what makes the uniqueness of the African traditional religion. And so, what is the true practice of the African traditional religion or spirituality? It is the union of family fully guided by natural what? Laws. And so, what is the African traditional religion? I would say African traditional religion is not just a belief system that is available or uniquely made available for every ethnic group. Rather, it begins with the family. And when we say it begins with the family, it is fully guided by natural laws. The African traditional religion is the only religion or the first religious movement that never underestimates the power of thoughts, mind, and supernatural possibilities. And so when we come to African traditional religion, we look at people who first put into cognizance common sense. Then after common sense is the power of the mind and thoughts. All of these were what gave birth to deities, beliefs, and taboos. For example, in a home, a father may decide to say, don't do this. When you do this, bad things happen to the family. And you find out that the children of that man start following that laws. The children start giving that laws to their children until it gets to like 4 to 5 generations. It becomes a traditional belief system, or what? Spirituality. And this what gives, this what's shaping their mind. And so the moment you do outside what the first mind of the family instructed, you start getting repercussion. And so that's why in African traditional religion, we have something that is very, very common, which is what? Covenants. Covenants are being laid from generation to generation. The covenants that was entered by your great grandfather is also still affecting you today. And so that is why what makes the African traditional religion very different is the possibilities of each generation making changes to what? Covenants that had been laid by their father. And so these covenants can either you follow the covenant, or you decide to make changes to the covenant. For example, there may be a covenant that have led to women getting to the age of 40 before marrying, or men not exceeding a particular level in life. It does not make African traditional religion what? Bad. There is no religion on earth that wants their followers or believers to live a backward life. But what makes African traditional religion different is giving each and every one of the believers the opportunity to make amends to covenants that have been previously what? Entered, with recognition of those who entered those covenants. And that's why you see in the olden days, you see our forefathers, pouring drink to the ancestors, appeasing them for whatever thing that must have led to that covenant being entered or being established. Now, the African traditional religion gives birth to government, because when you go to a community where there is no Christianity or where there is no Islam and they fully practice the African traditional religion, you find out that the religion and the belief system is what governs the day-to-day life of the people, the way they act, the way they dress, and then their overall spirituality. And their spirituality is mainly drawn or shown during what? Festivals, worship, rituals, and sacrifices to higher forces. Despite the fact that in African traditional religion, ancestors are being recognized, but there is something that most of you don't understand, which is what? They always pray to a higher force. In African traditional religion, we know there is a force that is higher than even the ancestors, and that is why when they pray and they make sacrifices, they raise their hand up. The ancestors, they don't live in up, they live among us. Most times they are in the shrine. But why is it that in the African traditional religion, they still recognize the presence of a higher force? It is because African traditional religion remained the first man's or the first religion available for humanity. In fact, it is what gave birth to every other religion across the world. You may want to ask yourself, how can we embrace the true African religion? First, we must embrace our unity in appearance and the acceptance of the beauty embedded in our diverse origin. We must do this. We must understand that despite the fact that we dress differently, we are united. We must accept the beauty that is embedded in our diverse what? Origins. The Isokos, the Urobos, the Edos, the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Efik, the Bantu, the San, all of them, we all belong to one what? Spirituality. This is where Ghanaian practices, though different from the Southern African, yet still find a common ground to coexist, seeing that we both believe in the four most important spiritual school of thought, which I call the water, the space, the earth, and the Naga spirits, or the keepers of the seas. All of these I'm going to discuss in my next episode. I'm going to talk about that. So African traditional religion or spirituality is the belief and practice of divine natural laws as embedded in each and every one of us without human interpolations and dilution. It doesn't make yours better, but having a common ground. When a belief system of a group of people are opposed to the natural laws, then their structure of spirituality can be questioned. So on our next episode, we will talk about the four main spiritual words in the African spirituality. Like I always say, we have the water word, we have the earth word, we have the space, and we have the Naga spirit. We hear words like, I am a water child, I am from the water. All of these will be addressed on the next episode. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe, like, and drop a comment, and please share with your family and friends. For those of you who want to donate towards this work, kindly check the description for account details. May the ancient waters and the ancient spirits guide and protect you. Amen. Love you dearly.